Hey guys, so the two fallacies I chose is false analogy, also known as weak analogy, or what is it called? False cause. So it's basically when you have two events or two objects that don't relate to each other. So for this fallacy, I chose the commercial about Coca-Cola. So in the commercial, there's two polar bears, and one polar bear is like freezing cold, and then another polar bear has a Coca-Cola and hands the cold the polar bear that's freezing, a Coca-Cola. And after that polar bear drinks the Coca-Cola, he like warms up and stuff like that. So that's false analogy because they don't relate to each other. Like the warmth, feeling warm and drinking a Coca-Cola doesn't relate to each other. Like Coke doesn't make you feel warm, in that sort. And my second fallacy I chose is genetic. So genetic is the judgment of something good or bad on the basis of where it comes from or whom it comes from. So in this conversation, and I apologize in advance, I don't want to offend anyone, but I was in a conversation on like getting paperwork for cards on registration and safety check. So you know that you have to get it done at like satellite city halls, and no matter what satellite city hall you go to at any given time, it's always busier, the line is always long, and you always have to wait. So we came across Waianae Satellite City Hall, and made the assumption that people in Waianae don't even go to the Satellite City Hall because they don't need the paperwork, and they just probably steal cars or steal the sticker off of somebody else's car instead of going and getting it paid and paying for it themselves. And so I also found a video, and I'll post the link. It's called I Am Waianae, and it's two girls kind of rapping about how people see Waianae and how they make assumptions, and the conclusion of how Waianae is so bad, and how if one thing happens to one person in Waianae, the whole city, town, I guess you can say, gets a bad reputation for it, versus if something in another city bad happened, it's okay, and nobody sees that whole city differently. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting video to watch. So my two fallacies, genetic and false analogy.